everybody, and how are you? I hope you're all right. Thank you for all your wonderful messages. I'm Iris Smith and I'm from the Flower Patch. Yes, I had some wonderful messages last night, and some of them I answered this morning because it was quite late when I got back from the choir, and they was absolutely wonderful. I can't thank you enough, guys. You really are superb. You're like family. You really are. You're just wonderful, wonderful people. Right, the other day I had a request of a lady called Ebony in America, wanting me to do an Easter bonnet hat or a Easter basket arrangement. So I'm going to do an Easter bonnet hat today. I've purchased one and it's a yellow, very pale yellow one. I could have had pink, but I wanted to go yellow, with it being, you know, spring, Easter. So it's got a little thing. I've even put it on. My husband laughed at me, and I've, you know, just to put around your chin to hold it on. It's very floppy here, so I've been sat thinking concerning how am I going to hold the flowers on, because with the weight of the flowers it's going to just droop. So I thought I may put picks underneath, if I can just get one, and cut them to size and glue them on, just for that support, to keep it, hopefully, the lapel held up. So, or the fringe of the hat, whatever you like to, you know, you call it. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So I'm gonna go just quickly through what I've got. So I've got some tulle ribbon spelled Tulle, and it's in yellowy gold, and it's just like a mesh. And what I want to do is make pleats out of that, like that, and gather it around, and I want to staple it underneath, so you've got a bit of like a tutu hanging out from under your hat or your bonnet. I've also got out just some natural ribbon, stripy brown and white, that I'd like to put up. Maybe if I just lift it around it there. And then I've also got out the one I used yesterday with the flowers on, if you can see, to go over the top of the brown ribbon around the center, and place that somewhere like that, and then just do a little yellow bow. So that's my idea in my head. So that's what I've got. So now I've got bits and bobs out. I've tried to cut them all down to size because it's going to be small. I've got the longer stems in my bucket here, but I've got two different types of grass. I've got the sword grass, and then I've got like the natural grass as well, where you can twirl it by using your thumb and finger to have little swirls around the, you know, the grass itself. I've got this left, and this is just little bits of fern. I didn't want big fern because that's not what it's, you know, I need for it being such a small little hat. I've cut down and put on single stems some of my bay leaves, with them being small leaves as well, just to add in some greenery. And I've cut the odd little bit of ruscus down as well, with a couple of stems of seeds to go on it also. As you can see, I've been chopping them right down. I have got some ficus out. I've left them at this length, but I will put the odd one in and chop away at those. And I've only got, I think, 4 I brought out, or 5 stems of this to add in a bit of different texture and contrast with the foliage that I've got. Now I've cut some of my other white and yellow daffodils down really small, and also took the rubber off them at the bottom, and I want to use some of those also. I've also cut, well, I've not cut these down, I don't know why, but I've got some small with their own foliage, little fern foliage and their leaves, some sunflowers, mini sunflowers also. Now I'm not just doing it yellow, but I've got some yellow daisies out with the foliage also on them, but I've also brought the purple ones out as well. So I've got those. I have got these daffodil tulips that I've cut down, not extremely short because I'm not sure how long I'd like them, but only in white and yellow. I haven't got the purple out. I've got some purple daisies. I think they're daisies. Yeah, daisies in a lilac-y purple colour that I may incorporate also. And I've just got 3 stems out of my yellow ranunculus. Isn't that sweet? So I've got those, and that's got their own foliage on also. Now I've only got 3 stems of my pink poppies. Look at those. Look at the detail on the corner, you know, the edging of the leaves. They're just lovely. So I've got 3 of those out as well. I haven't got a lot of everything. I've got out some wild poppies in purple and yellow, and I've cut those right down as well with their own, again, little wispy foliage, and I may incorporate those as well. And then I've got some white daisies, some bigger daisies but in white, that I've cut down. Again, I haven't cut them long because I don't know where, or if I want some to be standing slightly, coming out longer than the others. So I've left those, cut those slightly longer. I did cut down some of my astrantia, and I've done it in the green and also, well, they call it the red, but it's more of a pink to me, pinky purple. But I've cut a bit of both out down as well, because that will add a lovely texture. I'm not sure about these, but I've got the white calla lilies out with their own grass. So I could add just a bit of those coming off the side or near the top, leaning over, just for, again, movement and a nice bit of texture. I've got my cat here. I have got another bird's nest out with the same bird what I had on the other wreath, with an egg in it. I was considering maybe I may put that around like that, or maybe on the top. And I've got some Easter eggs, which I'd be getting perhaps the purple, the yellow and the white out, or maybe the pink, just to add in the odd place also. And I've got some feathers. I've got lots of these, so it gives me a good chance to use them. But I've got them in purple, yellow, pink and a light blue. So I just thought I could add, I don't know if I'm going to use the blue and the purple, but maybe the yellow and the pink. And last of all, I've got some little chickens. Don't they look cute? I wanted tiny ones, so I purchased some tiny ones to have babies. So I want to maybe to stand around the nest. So I thought that might be a good idea. So that's what we've got today. I'm going to move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. I just wanted to keep it up here while I'm, you know, showing you what I've got. So I've not put this fringe on before on the outer side where I've pleated it. I'm hoping the ribbon stays in one place and it doesn't, you know, with it being a circle. I've not even really tried it, if I'm being quite honest. without it looking too awkward. If the brown looks awkward, then, which it looks like it's gonna do because it's quite big, yeah, I think that's gonna look a bit awkward. So I may not use that. I may just put in the yellow one, because that's smaller and that will go more at the bottom and have a better fit at the bottom of the bonnet. So I'm going to alter the camera. So I'm not going to be on it again today. My cat may pop on it. I'm sure he likes to come in the videos and show himself off, but I'm going to do it. So give me a minute, guys, and I'll alter the camera. So I'm going to bring it slightly down so you can see, have a better view of what I'm doing. Like that. Right, first of all, I want to use some of these picks that I have because again it is quite floppy and I don't think the weight of everything on it will hold it upright. It will just bend over. So I want to measure there and go to the end and cut it and then glue it on. I should have put my glue gun on if I'm being quite honest. So let me just grab my glue gun, guys, because it'll be better for me to do it with the glue gun. It doesn't take long to heat up. So let's just get it warmed up. So because I want to put those on first and then I want to put the tulle ribbon and glue one piece on first, then overlap it, go over and back to where I've just started to make a pleat like that, and keep doing that all the way around. So it's basically, I've got a feeling this is going to be a bit fiddly. So basically on the other side you've got that. So you've got a little bit of extra decoration to make it look a little bit more fancy. So that's my plan with that, but I want to get again the support on it first. I could place the ribbon on to start with. Which is the front and which is the back? Do they have a front? Oh, that's the back. Right. So we'll start. Let me just give it cut it in a straight line. And I'm just placing a bit of glue on the hat. I'm going right to the bottom, as you can see, of here, and I want to bring it round so it's covering. I may have to glue it in several places. I just want to cut where I'm going to overlap it. There. So again, let's just glue in several places so it stays on. I'm going to pull it slightly tightly so it doesn't look loose. I'm going to keep going round until I go to the back where I started. Oh, hi, Anne. Thank you. And I'll do that again. Rid of those glue strings. I don't want it looking messy. And then I'm going to put a little bit there where I'm going to overlap. So that's the back, so we want a bow there. And I think with the bow, I'm not going to, I've got my bow maker out, but I don't need it for this. Let's see. So I'm going to do that. How big do I want my loops? That's just slightly bigger. Yeah. Twist. Let me just make sure they're correct. Yeah. I'm going to do, I think, 4 loops. And I'm measuring them by that. And if they meet at the top of your finger, both at the same height, then you know you've got it right. And then I've just cut it there a moment. Oh, I didn't get any tie wraps out. Oh my gosh, I'm slacking. And just get a tie wrap. I'm using white because it looks, with it having white flowers, and it'll blend in better. I want that to bring this little bit of tail end down to the front. So before I pull it tight, so I've got one going through it. So I want to place that like that. So I pull on it now tight because I've positioned it where I'd like it. And I'll just snip that off. And just fluff it up. I can't make out whether that one's in the right place or not. That's better. So we have a nice little pretty bow to sit there. So I'm going to, let me just see what it looks like if I dovetail, or if I go at an angle. Oh, go at an angle. I think that looks better. On this occasion anyway. So let's go shorter here. So that's all I'm going to do for that bow. I'm not going to make it any bigger. It's just a small little tiny bow. And then we're going to stick that on. Where's the back? I look for the back, because there's a piece where it shows there's the back, where it's ended. So if I stick that around there, so I'll put a bit of glue on the back. And place it just on there and allow that to dry. Once it's dry, it's not sticking very well. I think I may need to just hold it in place a moment. Just allow that to set. Right, I'm just going to go and get my cup of coffee that my husband's brought in. He's not at work today. I like having them at home because he makes me lots of cups of coffee. Does that sound like I'm awful? So let me go and grab it. Oh, bless him. Oh my goodness, what's everything falling? Oh, it's my hat box. I've got my hat boxes underneath where my knees are. That's where they're placed. Let's fluff the bow. I could have used bows with the Easter eggs on, but I wanted it to be pretty, you know, nice colours, bright, without going into the theme of having big bright bows, because again we only need a little bow at the bottom here. We don't need something big. So right, I want to place on these. Now again, I've not done it like this before, but I think it's needed. It's the only way I could think of. So I'm measuring where the hat finishes, and then I'm going to do several pieces at that length and cut them. So I'm measuring with each one that I've cut. We need it to be, you know, secure, and we don't want it, the flowers flopping over and looking misshaped, the hat. I'm hoping this works, guys. I don't know if it does, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I may have been able to put wire through, I don't know. We'll soon find out. Again, I've done bonnets before, but they've been quite, the bit where I'm going to be placing flowers has been quite hard and tough, so the flowers have been able to balance, but this one's really quite floppy, so I need some support. Right, let's see if that's enough. Turn it over, and again I'm going to glue it. I wish I'd got a longer cord. So as you can see, I'm just gluing it there. That's the back where I've just tucked it underneath, and I'm going to go quite close with each other, guys, because I don't want it flopping in between. I've just done a line of glue. If it works, then oh my goodness, I've come up with myself with a new idea. Again, I'm just running my glue gun down it and then placing the wire pick on top. You could cover that, I guess, with if you had ribbon or something. I'm going to use this. You could perhaps maybe use wider ribbon or deco mesh to do the fringe. I just wanted to use this because I do like tall ribbon. And plus I find it hard if it's any other ribbon, because it's a circular object, so to place ribbon without chopping it into bits in a circle, you have to pleat it. So you may have to do that if you want to cover it with ribbon, felt, anything like that. You'd have to make a pleat for it to go round, or a crease, you know, fold it over just to start manipulating it in a circular movement. You can get glue on your fingers. I've seen some rubber things that you put on your fingers when you're using a glue gun. I was considering getting some. So you don't burn obviously your fingers, and for things like this, when you're trying to hold it down, it doesn't stick to your fingers. So yes, I was considering it. I'm still considering it, if I'm being quite honest. Oh, I hope this works, guys. It's just so it keeps this upright instead of once the flowers are on, drooping down. I don't know, it may not work. We're just going to have to find out when it comes to it. I'm trying to think of what else I could use. It may need something like that going inside as well to keep it there. We may need that as well. But then I'm going to cover, well, I say cover it, this won't cover the mechanics. I'm wondering what I could use to cover the mechanics. It's a hard one, guys, I'll be honest with you. Again, I've not done it like this before. Gosh. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking now, guys. My head's popping up with different ideas. It'd have to be a yellow, if anything. Let me just see. I want to place some weight on it. And plus, if you place that there, you could bend it, you know, into the round shape as the pattern on the hat. I think it may need that, because that will still flop. But it's covering it. I don't like to see my mechanics. Let me have a look, guys, what I've got. No, I have got natural. I'm basically looking at a natural, you know, colour. What would be wide enough? But it just means pleating it. Oh my goodness gracious me. Right, let's just get I've got a feeling it will hold, but look, it'll just flop down. So I need something here so then it can't flop. Or I may could do with it around the side. But then that will still flop down, so it needs to be in the centre to keep it upright. I'm going to give it a, as we say, a bash. I'm going to do the same thing If there's an easier way to do it, guys, let me know. Again, I've used hats that are much solid for Easter, but I wanted to get a little pretty bonnet. Oh, it can be messy. I'm sorry, Ebony, if this is not what you was expecting. Oh, what am I doing? You see, that seems to be holding it in place. Usually all the what some people say, the boring bits to start with, and then the most exciting bits come after. Let's get prepared with it. Let's do a few first. Just 3 more, guys. Sorry about this, I wasn't even expecting doing this myself. I was just hoping that it'd stand up. Oh my gosh, I've ended up going, oh, that must be bigger. Oh well, I've followed the pattern where I've started. It's just that that is, oh my gosh, come on. It's got 2 layers here where the hat finishes at the back. See, I'd rather have it secure. I'm hoping that maybe I could find something to cover this. Oh my gosh, it's so gluey strings everywhere. Last one. Right, fingers crossed, guys. Oh, look at that. It's not flopping. La la. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sorry. Keep breaking out his song. Okay, thank you very much as well. When I was saying, guys, the other day that I think my videos go on too long, Kate texted me, should I say, and said, you know, she's happy with the length of the videos, you know, because it's helping her and others as well. Bless you, that's really, really sweet. Really sweet. Oh, coffee. It was only because that other video that I did with the blossoms, the blue Easter one, that it was that went on for nearly 3 hours, and it's that what made me say it from that one only. I like to keep my videos between 1 and 2 hour maximum, but I guess that's down to me keep chatting. I've just had a thought. Oh, me and my ideas. I've got purple burlap, just plain purple, what looks wide enough. I've not used it yet, and it's a lilac. It's 63mm and it's 10 meters, and it's wired and it's burlap. It's to cover my mechanics, that's all I'm bothered about. I don't like mechanics on show. Right, when I said it's going to have to be pleated, what I mean is, as you go around, you can't do that. So as you go around, you have to glue it on, and then you have to start to pleat like that, just to make the ribbon go round in a circle. That is better than seeing that. That's what I think, guys. But I'm going to put that on after, because what I want to do now with this, if I go to the back, start here. Now I'm going to pleat it like that, and then I'm going to put a bit of glue on. And again, I want to hide this. I could staple it on, and this means it can get quite messy. I just want to do a little bit of like a tutu around the sides. Oh, that's caught on that. And then again, start bringing it round, overlapping it. Again like that, and holding it while you get your glue gun underneath. Press it down. Oh, I've got everything around me, guys. I don't like things around me. Let's move those down there out the way, just for now. Then you've done that one. Then go over like that. Again. I think I might invest in some of those things, because I think the glue gun burns more than the glue pan. And again, I'm going over again, holding where I want the pleat. As you can see, the effect on the outer side, just giving you that little bit of a fancy bit. Oh gosh, I hate the glue gun. And we're going to do this all the way around. Just get your tool ribbon or whichever burlap, whatever you'd like to use. Come back on yourself to how wide you'd like your pleats. Hold that in your hand where you've just brought it back on itself. Place some glue on your hat and then hold that down. Just so it sticks on. Okay, go back. You can trim these edges coming here. Oh, it just won't keep still this. Go back on yourself, or away from yourself in this case. You haven't got to measure the pleats either. Again, you can have them different sizes. You haven't got to make it look like you've got to measure it. And I want to then put the burlap ribbon over the top there to cover the mechanics. But I wanted to get this in first. I like doing pretty little things. I've got glue strings everywhere. We'll just go and get some more glue sticks, guys. Nearly finished, we're halfway round. Oopsie daisy. When you've got sticky fingers and this tall ribbon, it doesn't help because it catches your fingers on the ribbon. I wanted to show you this, you know, step by step, if I can. I find it harder to get glue off my fingers with the glue gun than I do the glue pan. The amount of times I feel like it's just permanently attached with, so I think I may invest in some of those. They're like just thimbles that you use for sewing. That's all they're like. Again, I don't know if you can see, but what I'm doing is I'm putting my finger, you can put your finger there, go back towards your left hand side or your right as you're looking at it from your screen. Hold that bit there that you've pleated in your hand, put a bit of glue on, and then stick it onto that glue. And then you've formed another pleat. Do it again. Nearly there, guys. Again, there's some bits that will take longer to do again, and I'm taking my time so I can show you. I mean, I know the hat keeps coming my way, but I think it's because I'm pulling at it my way. Oh gosh. That's why I prefer using a glue pan. Because with the glue gun, oh my goodness. I know I have to use it on occasions for different things, but goodness gracious me, it gets everywhere. And one last piece. And then scissors. Now I'm just going to cut. Can't see it. So that is the tulle ribbon done. So if I turn it over, that is what you've got. Oh, my hands are sticky. You've got a little bit of a fringe. Oh, let me get the glue string. On the outer side, just for the little bonnet. I think this must have took us about an hour. So doesn't that look pretty when it's laid it's down flat? So now the last piece before we get on to our floral. Again, I need to cover my mechanics, guys. I'm too much of a perfectionist. I'm very particular. So I'm going to fold, oh, where we go, it's the glue gun again. I'm folding that little edge over there to make it look neat and tidy, and then we do it again. So this time, oh gosh, we get the glue. I'm just going to place a bit on the back there. Sit it down in place so it goes through the tulle ribbon. And now as you're coming round, you can see it's got this here. So what you need to do a pleat again like that, so it then you can maneuver it round in place. So then you have to glue behind the pleat as well as underneath the ribbon and glue it down like that. And then with it being wire, you glue down at the bottom as well. So put a bit under here and press it down. So that is how you make it go round in a circle and cover your mechanics. So this bit at the back, guys, is bigger than the rest because that's the back piece. So I'm just going to glue a bit of glue on, press it down so it sticks to the tulle and goes through it. And then now I need to come round again. So then you bring it up here, your top piece to the top of the hat, and then pleat it again, and then just press it down like that. Glue underneath the pleat on the top side as well as the bottom. Press down, and once you've pressed it down, lift that one up, put a bit of glue on there, on that ribbon, on your burlap, and press it down. So then you start getting your creases going around, which then cover your mechanics. So again, I've got to do another one because it's going off diagonally, so I need to do another one and bring it back in on itself like that. Put a bit of glue underneath there, and again at the top. Press it down, and a bit of glue under the burlap ribbon there, and press that down. This will be much easier to do than the tulle ribbon, much quicker. And then it's coming round again, so I need to pleat it again. Lift up that little pleat at the top, place a bit of glue, and then underneath the burlap place a little bit more glue, so then the burlap sits down. Make your pleat to the bottom, put a bit of glue here and pat it down, and do this all the way around. So again, it's coming off to the side, so where it starts to come off, pleat it, so then it starts to come back on itself. Some pleats may be closer together than others, but that's only because you're keeping your ribbon in shape and keeping it into that circle shape. That's all you do. And again, it's going off to the side, so where it starts to go off here downwards, that's where you need your pleat to bring it back up. Again, a bit of glue underneath the top pleat, and then underneath. Oh, this glue, I think I need to use my new glue gun. And then there, and press it down, and just a little bit there, until you go again all the way around. Oops, didn't press that very hard. I've switched it off. No wonder it's not coming out. I don't know how I switched that off. That's probably why it's not gluing down on that piece there. Right, let me just hang it on a minute, guys, till it. Oh, I don't know how I did that. But as you can see, by doing these pleats, this is covering your mechanics. And plus it looks prettier when they take the hat off than seeing all your green wire. Let's just do that bit again. And again, it's coming off to the side, so where it starts to come off, that's where you need to make your pleat to bring this bit back to the top. And then just make your pleat, lift that little bit up there where you've made that pleat, put some glue on it, pat it down, lift it up, put some glue underneath for the burlap ribbon to to glue to the hat, and then lift this bottom one up, put a bit of glue on there, and then pat that onto the hat as well. And again, it's coming off to the side, so I need my pleat there. To bring it back up. And then lift that. Now, doesn't that look better than looking at your mechanics? I think so. I'll get rid of all the spiders, all the glue strings. Because I don't like to see those either. They're attached to me, so they're following me. Never mind. And we're coming near to the end. Just do another pleat. One more. And then because now we're at the end, cut a little bit off, so you're left with a little bit, turn a tiny bit underneath again so it's not fraying, like that, so it looks like you've done another pleat. And then glue all the way up to hold that in place. You need a bit there. So then that is underneath your bonnet. And it looks much better than your mechanics showing. So then on the top, it's like that. You take your bonnet off and you've got that. Doesn't that look better, guys? So that's that. Now let's get on with our floral. Ooh. Right, here we go. Put the flowers there. Now I'm going to get the odd bit of ficus again, and I'm not taking it so it's out here. I'm not coming bigger than the hat, so I'm only using little bits. And all I'm doing, guys, just sticking it onto the hat, just like that, onto the hat. There's no oasis or dry foam. Go under here. And I'm just going to be taking the ficus all the way around, or majority of the way around. And again, I'm just cutting this into small little pieces. Again, you may be able to see the glue at the moment on top of the hat, but once all the florals over it, that will be hidden. And I don't want to be using big leaves on this. Really tiny. Right, so that's for the ficus. That's all I want to put in. Again, I will fluff the bow as we go along. So that's that. Right, I want to make my mind up which grass. I think it'll be this, that one. It's much thinner. Yeah. So let's put our little ferns in. Let me hold on to those. That's what I wanted to do, because there's not much foliage. Where's those chickens? I want to place some of our floral in, because again I can scatter the foliage around when and where needed be. So getting my little white daisies. Place one there. One up there. Oh, that's a different one. That's not one. Oh well, I'll use those. Again, you can bend the stem. You haven't got to have it flat. A bit of glue there. Going around this area too. I'm bringing two what are just slightly coming further out. Like that. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to place a bit of glue on here and stick that on there. Aren't they pretty? Oh, they look a bit, that's better. So that's like that. I don't want no more of those. place some of our daffodils. What do I go in with? I'll hang 6 with those. Again, I may not even be using all of these. Yeah, we'll put some purple in. And I'm trying to place these where, some of them anyway, where the daisies are. Just to set the daisies off with a bit of colour. Whether it be at the side of them or further up or standing upright. Like that. One around here. So that's what you have with it looking like that. Doesn't that look pretty? Little girlie's bonnet. So I don't want no more of those. No. I want to place in some of these, but there's a lot of daisies. I think I may just leave those out, I don't know. Let me get some grass in. Now what I'm going to do with these is tear some off, and again just get my thumb and finger, put swirls in just to add, you know, a bit of decoration. Now stick it in as one. Like that, look. How pretty. I mean, I'm not going to do every one of them. I just want to shorten some of them in height. Place some flat, place some higher up. Like that, that's flat, that's taller. You know, just to give it that contrast. Put one near the birdie. coming out like that. Oh, I've got one piece here. Like that. So I'm not going to use no more grass at this moment in time. But look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Even just like that. Not too much to it. Daffodils. Oh, now I've got the poppies as well. I'll cut those right down. Oh, take the band off, Iris. I'm doing it again, guys. Let's just try this colour. Yeah. Straight away I could see it. By putting just a little poppies in as well. Place some up higher. You haven't got to have everything, you know, downwards. No, I don't want the purple. Down here, I'm only putting 3 of these in. So I don't want the purple. Don't want the grass. Doesn't that look pretty? Let's see. I don't know. I think that might be too vibrant, that purple. Let me just cut one of these off and see. Oh, they can be done into individual little pieces. Yeah, let's put a few of these in as well, and I'm just going to place them again there and sit the ficus on top, so the odd one pops out. Let's push it a little bit more in. Use that as filler. I'm just placing them flat onto the hat. Again, I don't want to overdo it with one colour. Let me save those a moment. I do have the mini sunflowers. Let's try and get one of those and see what that looks like. I think that looks quite pretty, guys. Again, I don't want too many of these. Just manipulate them. I think one more. Again, I'm just trying to place in 3 of majority of everything. I don't want that one. I've still got the Astrantia, I think. Oh, one moment guys, I think a parcel's arrived. Oh, I wonder if that's my ribbon. Yes, it was an order. But something personal. So, oh, it was cold out there. Right, let's carry on. Hopefully I won't get disturbed now. Right, I wanted to put in my beautiful little daffodils. Let's get these in. And I wanted to place one here near the bow. I might just again put 3 in because I want to stick to odd numbers. Just manipulate them. These are dead tiny. So 1, 2, one near the back, near the birdies. Like that. Oh, so I'll place them there. Right, I've looked at the Astrantia and I think I'm going to put the pink one in instead of the green. I call it green, but it's like, well, some people call it white, but I call it green because it is more of a green colour. Oh my gosh. So place that there. So let's see, one there. Oh, one there. And I think I'm going to place one just here. So that's where I'm going to place those. Doesn't that look pretty? All those pretty flowers. Oh, I just love it. one there. Oh, I've just got it on the thumb. And one there. Oh, I love this. I don't know about the poppies. See, the poppies are a nice spring. And then I've got these ranunculus. I was thinking about putting those near the top. So let me cut those down. They're pretty. Right, I did have, yeah, 3. So what I want to do with the very pale ranunculus is place these a bit more near the top. So that's one. Just to fill it up a little bit. 2. Where's the other? 1, 2. Or do I have one down here? No. There. Right, I'm going to do these poppies quite short. Oh gosh, I nearly got a petal in there. I want to place that there. So that's one there at the front there. There. And one there. Oh look guys, can you see it? Doesn't that look spectacular? Really pretty. And with the tulle ribbon around the side, that really gives it a, you know, better feel, I think. I don't want no more of those. I've got the little chickens. I may just pop the odd one on the top or near the, let's dip his legs in. There's one looking down at the, snipping the little lily, daisy. Aww. Oh, they're so cute. So I don't want no more of those. Let's have a look at the eggs. Now what I want to do with these is just put a bit of glue on the egg and stick it to the odd leaf. I don't want to place them in a cluster. I can't get that glue string. Oh my goodness gracious me. Just stick a few onto some of the ficus leaves. Let's get a purple one. Where can I put a purple one? Let's place one there on the hat. So you can just see the odd one. In and around. I tell you guys, that glue gun, it really does give off a lot of glue strings. Now I've got some feathers. Now I've got the yellow. Just add the odd one in. Again, I'm using my glue gun on this. I'm just sticking the odd one sticking up. Oh. Put a pink one in as well. I might put a pink with that. Again, I'm just gluing these onto the hat. Oh my goodness, onto the hat. I might put actually an egg in the centre of the bow. Like that. So the odd feather as well. Let's get a yellow one again. Stick it with that pink one. Oh guys, look at that. I don't want to overdo it with the feathers. I have got at least about 300 of these. Oh, go on then. I don't know now about those. Let's have a look at our bay leaves. Yeah, let's just add a few of these in as well. Just for a bit of greenery. I don't think I'm going to add those. one there. Cover that area up. Gosh. Oh my goodness, what have I got falling? One here. Again, this is just a bit of greenery, just with it being light in colour. We don't want it too dark. I think I may, yeah, put that one there. Under the poppy. There. Fluff our bow up. I think I want something just above. I can't bring that down. Right, I just want something. There. Got these little berries I cut down. Let's have a look. Yeah. Get rid of all my mess around me. Oh, I've got the fern as well. Let's add the odd bit of fern. Just to give that a bit of different texture. They're too big. I want the tinier ones. Oh, hasn't this got a lot of volume? It looks wonderful. Right, guys. Oh, let me get that one more in. Where can I place that? There. put these back together. Switch my glue gun off because we've finished. Right. So guys, that is the end of our Easter bonnet. Sorry it took so long, but it was the mechanics that was that took the longest. And it hasn't flopped, so the mechanics I did worked. And then underneath, if I hold it that way, that's how it is, where it's covering the mechanics, so it's pretty underneath as well. And then you've got your beautiful bow at the front, your little bow. You don't need it a big thick bow, you know, just something simple and small, just to give off a little bit of nice colour, with all your beautiful flowers in around for Easter. Oh, I've got glue all over my hands. Wherever I touch, I've got glue. The strings. I will go over this with a proper brush. In fact, that's, I'll just do, what I tend to do is get a soft-headed brush. Oh, here comes the cat. Getting in on the picture again. Stick your body down. Move out Mummy's way. So all I do is I just get, if I can see a glue string, and I'll go in sometimes where there's, I can see one, twist my brush around like that, and it's only just a soft-headed paintbrush. It's just all I do. Sometimes I will lift it up and go underneath to get things as well. There we go. Quite a few there. Doesn't that look sweet for a little girl for Easter? A nice little bonnet to wear on Easter. And doesn't that look better now with the little ribbon around the side? It sets it off even more, and with all the little flowers. Again, I haven't put the tulips in. I thought there was a bit too big, the tulips. So I've put small dainty flowers in, and by doing that, it's given it nice volume and full looking, and small leaves as well for the foliage, and that's also given it an extra, you know, touch to it, and it's not too big. So we've got our little daisies in purple, the tiny daisies in yellow, the ranunculus, the tiny little sunflowers, our daffodils, as you can see here, our poppies, our astrantia, but in pink, our poppy here. So basically that's really, you know, again our ranunculus, and bits of grass as well, and a tiny fern, and the odd bit of a couple of beads, oh my goodness, seeds, and then some little eggs, different colours dotted around, and the bird's nest hidden amongst the flowers. As you know, birds like to nest where where it's full and nobody can see the babies, and a few feathers as well, and some little chicks dotted around as well, and the ficus and the bay leaf as well. So I think that's really pretty. And ebony, I hope that helps. I know you don't have to do the ribbon on the outside. You can just do the, you know, the flowers. But I've just fancied placing a bit of that ribbon on just to give it that extra bit of decoration and also to set it off a little bit more. So let me bring the camera up. So I can talk to you, so you haven't got to talk to my face, to the bottom part. So let's lift that up. So welcome. So I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. I think it's lovely, really pretty. Yeah, I really do think it's pretty, and it's very Easter look as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, Ebony, and I hope that's given you some ideas. And again, underneath we placed in, and I did the pleats so I could bring the ribbon around in a circular shape, and I just folded these over and glued them down. Sorry that I had to put the mechanics on. I just didn't want it to flop over, which it hasn't, which is great stuff. Again, because I usually bought bonnets where they're quite stiff here, and ribbons not needed or mechanics. But on this occasion I wanted something a bit more like this, and then I didn't take into consideration that they would may flop with the weight. And when I realised that this morning, I knew I had to perhaps put something on it to keep it upright, and it worked. I wasn't sure whether it would, but it worked. So, you know, so that was the longest part doing that. So I apologise for that. But once we got onto the floral, that made it all the more prettier and more exciting and fun and enjoyable. So again, the little birdies sat in there. So I will do you a close-up, I hope. As you can see, the birds nesting inside all the flowers, hiding the babies from any other predators. I've got a glue string there. And then you've got your odd little eggs hanging around, your poppies, your astrantia, your daisies, your daffodils, your little chicks, look, hidden about, your grass, your little baby sunflower, your bay leaves, your purple daisies as well, and your little, again, yellow daisies, your pink poppies, and your yellow ranunculus there as well, and the odd little bit of, if I can find it myself, where's it gone? Oh, fern here. The odd little bit of fern placed in, smaller one. And again, if you look around, you'll see some of the eggs are hidden inside as well. And then I've got some feathers. So, and then the little pretty bow with the daisies on, with the egg in the centre. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. I may bring, you know, give it a close up, move out of the way as I, you know, bring the camera forward, so I can see that you can get a proper look, because I'm not sure when I did that you'd seen it all properly. So and obviously your ficus, because it's not very big leaves, so, and I cut them really small so there wasn't a, you know, coming right out. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did, and it's a wonderful little thing to do. If you've got any grandchildren, you know, whether it be a boy or a girl, a nice little Easter bonnet or something like that. If you do a boy and he doesn't want pinks, you know, you can do it in reds, you can do it in oranges, you know, anything like that, oranges and yellows, that would look pretty as well. So and a few feathers or whichever really, and some Easter eggs, chickens, rabbits, anything like that. I've got some rabbits on order, so they've not arrived, otherwise I would have popped a couple of rabbits in, but never mind. I think it looks beautiful like this. So give it a go, guys. If you know, again, if you've got any children or grandchildren and you want to do an Easter bonnet for them, do it. It's a fun job to do, and I hope you enjoy doing it when you do. So again, please subscribe, guys, and please share, and please give us a like. That really does help. And I hope you enjoyed it, and leave us a little comment on what you think about it. And Ebony, I hope that it's, you know, it's something you'd like to do, or it's given you an idea. So all the best, everybody. It's only 2 o'clock now. I'm finishing early today. I've got other things to do in my house, like washing, you know, all the general housework. So I've got an early finish today. So all the best, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and take excuse me, take care. And me and Marley will probably see you on Monday. Well, not probably, will. And you know, stay safe, you know, because I've my husband's told me last night, he looked at the weather forecast, and apparently we're getting snow. So if you're getting snow wherever you are in the world, please wrap up warm and stay safe. So all the best, everybody, and have a great weekend. Bye bye. Right, let's just do your close-up, guys. Again. Oh, I've mastered that. I am so proud of myself. I can't believe it. So, here's a little bonnet from above, as you can see, with all the pretty flowers on. Doesn't that look spectacular like that? And then again, there's your little ribbon with the daisy on and the egg in the centre. Your purple daisy. Oops, I'm standing on my cable. Your little fern there, look, as you can see. Your white daisy. Your yellow ranunculus. Another little white daisy, some seeds. And your ficus. And an egg there, and a poppy. And there's your astrantia in pinky red, your bay leaf here with your grasses just here, and your little mini sunflowers with their own little fern, and again some more poppies, and your little feathers here in pink and yellow, and your beautiful little daffodils. Aren't they sweet? And then coming round, there's the birdies, look, hiding within the flowers where the seeds are, so they've got something to eat. And one of their eggs has rolled out. And a bit of ruscus here, just for a bit of filler as well. And the little chickens, look, oh, aren't they dinky? And then there is your tulle ribbon around the sides. Again, I'll turn it over. Let's just turn it over. And there is your tulle ribbon underneath, and then your burlap ribbon in lilac going around where I've pleated it and glued it down with my glue gun, so I cover my mechanics. So the colour I chose was the lilac because we've got lilac-y purple flowers, as you can see here in the arrangement. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. All the best for the weekend. Stay safe and have a wonderful time. and I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.